I'm in the Thompson Wildlife Management Area. This is located at Linden, Virginia. Off of I-66 you take exit 18 to Markham, and then you drive to Linden and you come up Freezland Road. Here's Freezland Road. It's about 5 miles or so up the side of the mountain. And right down this way is a trailhead that will take me to the Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail is down that way. And I'm going to hike the AT today to one of the newest shelters that's been built by PATC called Whiskey Hollow Shelter. There's an old shelter there, Dick's Dome, which is in the shape of a geodesic dome. And from reading the PATC newsletter, I found out that they built a new shelter there called Whiskey Hollow. So I thought I would take a hike there today and see what it looks like. Okay, so there's my little red car right there where I parked, and there's Freezland Road. And you come right down here, and there's the trailhead. It's actually an old road that's been blocked off. So, wow, looks like it's going to be a little bit of a bushwhack to get to the Appalachian Trail from here. Let's see if we can find it. Quarter of a mile into my hike. I started at an elevation of 2,075 feet, now I'm down to 1,925. And this is the intersection with the Appalachian Trail. There's a white blaze right there on that tree. Here's where I came from. It's a pretty steady descent from the little parking area up there at the top of the mountain. And this road continues on further down this side of the mountain. Not sure where it goes, but there's the white blaze, so we know this is the Appalachian Trail. We're going to turn left and start climbing the mountain again. And we're going to continue to, this is heading northbound on the AT. We're going to hike northbound along the AT until I see a turnoff for Dick's Dome Shelter. .6 miles into my hike. It's been a steady descent the whole way. The elevation here is 1380. And this is the turnoff to Dick's Dome Shelter. There's where I came from, down the Appalachian Trail. And there's this sign here. So you turn right and head on down to the shelter. The Appalachian Trail continues straight on that way, but we're going to take a right and head down here. Eventually we're going to cross that little stream right there, and I think that's the headwaters for Crooked Run. We're going to eventually cross that stream down here. It's about 1/10 of a mile, I think, down to the shelter. 1.8 miles into my hike. The elevation here is 1,300 feet. And right there is a little bridge that crosses over. These are the headwaters for Crooked Run. Man, that bridge looks like it's getting ready to fall down. They've even propped it up underneath with rocks and sticks and stuff. Should be exciting walking across that. And right there is the old Dick's Dome shelter. And over that way somewhere is the new shelter. So let's walk on the wild side and walk across this bridge and see what happens. And then I'll get some pictures of the old shelter there, and then we'll go look for the new one. Well, here I am standing on this little bridge that's about to collapse. Here's Crooked Run looking upstream. There's the old shelter called Dick's Dome Shelter. It's a bridge getting ready to fall down. And there's Crooked Run heading downstream. Over this way is where I came from. It's kind of a low-lying, wet, swampy area that you have to cross to get over here. Let's go over and check out the shelter. Alrighty, here's Dick's Dome Shelter, the old shelter. And it's literally right next to the stream. There's plenty of water here. There's your fire pit, which is pretty close to the shelter. Inside the shelter here, I'll take a few still pictures. And then you got a picnic table here, and up there is the, well, it looks like your standard plastic pit-style privy up there. So, let me get a few still pictures of this inside of this place. Well, here's the new shelter. This one's called Whiskey Hollow. And down this road, and you shoot across a short little connector trail, takes you over to the old Dick's Dome. So when you come across the footbridge that's falling down, just turn right and come up the side of the hill here a ways, and you'll find this. Looks nice. So I'm going to take some still pics and wander around a little bit, see what's here. So yeah, this is a pretty nice shelter. There's a little porch area here with a picnic table, and you got shelving going all the way around. There's the little road it came up on. Got more places over here where you can cook your food and stuff. And then inside it's got two levels. Here's the lower level. I realize it's dark in here. But here's a lower level. You've got a ladder. It goes up there. There's an upper level. I have to take a closer look to see if that's actually got any glass in it. Doesn't look like it has any glass in it right now. Nope, I don't think so. Be nice if they could get some glass in that end before winter comes. Dude, here's your view from the picnic table. It's a nice little shelter here. Here's the back side of the shelter, and no, there's no glass in there right now. So, and there isn't much of an overhang there, so they're probably going to have to close that in somehow, maybe with plexiglass before winter gets here. Anyway, there's this road, old road. I guess I'm not sure where this goes, but they're obviously used it for construction access, and I'm sure PATC will use the same thing for maintenance access if they need to. Still got some lumber piled up here from the construction. Some big timbers there. I don't see an outhouse here, so it would kind of make sense for them to put one up here. If they do, maybe they'll build one of those composting privies like they're putting in Shenandoah National Park. And I see a bunch of trees tagged over there, and I'll check that out. I suspect that trail leads over to the old pit privy over there at Dick's Dome. Okay, well, I followed that little side trail from the new shelter. It does not go to Dick's Dome Privy. It comes up here to this old fire road. So probably down that way a little ways, there's a little turnoff that takes you down to the road that I saw that heads down to the back side of the shelter. Maybe you can see the red flags, but this is where this little trail ends, up here on this road. Well, it's not really lunchtime yet, but I'm here, so, and it's so dark under here, I don't even know if the video works, but anyway, today's exciting cuisine is spicy Thai chili seasoned tuna. 12 grams of spicy Thai chili goodness. I'm going to put that on those flour tortillas. Got myself a crunchy style Nature Valley bar, peanut butter, and wash it down with water. Now I'm going to sit here and contemplate the world for a while, and then I'm going to start heading back. It's going to be a long uphill climb all the way back up to my car, though. Not much I can do about that. Okay, well, that That Thai pepper that was in there was pretty hot. Yep, that was pretty hot. Good though. Let's see, this is my, probably can't see it under here, but this is a Garmin eTrex 30 hiking GPS. I've had it for a few years now. Real nice GPS. I really like this thing. You can configure what you can see on the display. I have the, it's got enough memory to store the entire United States with the 100,000 scale maps. The ones that I show on my map talks are more detailed. The quadrangle maps are 21 to 24,000. Yeah, but in here it's 1 to 100,000 scale, which is plenty good for finding where you're going. Garmin eTrex 30, real nice. Oh, there's my noisemaker. The Ruger 9mm pistol. That's called an LC9S. So it's got the split trigger like a Glock. That's so that if you drop it, it's less prone to go off accidentally. It's got nice sights. I probably can't see them. It's got white dots for sights. Pretty nice. Pretty nice sights. Maybe I'll put some Trillium night sights on there. That would pimp it out a little bit. Make it even more useful at night. And over here's my Black Diamond carbon fiber high-tech trekking poles. I like them because they're super lightweight and they have cork handles. The cork handles are nice. And these are lighter than aluminum. They're not any stronger though. I've already broke one of them. I slipped and fell one time and broke one in half. And that's not covered under warranty. But Black Diamond will gladly sell you another section. So I'm going to finish my water, back down to Dick's Dome at 1,300 feet, and then, let's see, what are we at here? About 1,330 feet here. Back down to Dick's Dome at 1,300, and then I got to climb out to 2,000 feet, but get back up to my car, get down off the mountain, and then I think I'm not too far from Front Royal, Virginia. So it turns out they have frozen custard in Front Royal. Maybe I'll show you where it is. Okay, I'm all packed up, getting ready to head out. In case you're wondering what this little thing is here, that, you'll see those at all the shelters. Sometimes they even run them through cans, and it's to keep mice out of your pack. You can hang your pack from those things. .8 miles into my hike. The elevation here is 1,900 feet, and I'm back to the turnoff to go up to my car. This is where I came from, along the Appalachian Trail. And you'll be on a downhill slope, and there's a sign up over there that says no horses, Appalachian Trail. And you get to come down here and you just turn right. And this will be for the final climb up to, I'm a little over 2,000 feet. I think I'm at 2,075. So 175 feet to climb, and maybe 0.2 of a mile. This is a map of today's hike. There were 2 quadrangle maps used. This is the dividing line right here. West of this line, the quadrangle name is Linden, 1994, and east of this line is Upperville, 1970. Off the map down here is Interstate 66, which runs east to west. This way is towards Manassas, and this way is out towards Front Royal. You get off at Interstate 66 at exit 18, which is Markham, Virginia, and then you make a right-hand turn off the interstate. You come down this way, and then you make another right-hand turn onto Freezland Rd, which is Route 638, and it's about a maybe 4 or 5 mile trip up the side of the mountain. When you get up to a certain height, you'll see a whole bunch of microwave towers right in through here. There's no lookout tower anymore, I don't think, but there's a lot of microwave towers. Keep coming up here, and you will be in the G. Richard Thompson Wildlife Management Area. You just keep coming up until the road gets ready to make a hard bend to the left, and if you look off to the right, you'll see a gravel pull-off. There's several further down the mountain, but this is the one right before the road sort of ends and then loops back around this way. You'll see a gravel pull-off. You pull off there, and then you have to find this trailhead. You'll see it there. It's an old road with an iron bar across it. It's chained off and pretty heavily overgrown. But anyway, you start coming down, descending down the mountain along that old road until you get to here. Now this is the intersection with the Appalachian Trail. Now, the road that you came down on continues on down this way. I'm not sure where it goes, but when you get to the AT, turn left and head north on the Appalachian Trail. Okay. And you continue on until you get over to about here. And then you'll see there's some wooden signs stuck in the ground that indicates that which way to go for the AT, and it's blazed white. You turn to the right and you head down a fairly steep little side trail that's blazed blue. And when you get down in this area, you'll be in kind of a real low, washed out area. And you'll end up crossing over a little footbridge, and then you'll see the Dick's Dome shelter. And then if you turn to the right and head up the hill just a short ways, let's say up to about here, this is the Whiskey Hollow shelter, which is the new shelter. So I suspect what they're going to do when they're finished with this Whiskey Hollow shelter is they'll probably dismantle this old shelter. Now the old privy's up here. And I'm expecting, since they're building a new shelter here, that they'll also put in a stone fire pit and possibly a new privy up this way. Maybe one of those composting privies. But anyway, this is a real nice shelter, and this stretch of the AT is a nice hike. Now from here, well really from your parking spot here, all the way down this little connector and then all the way down the Appalachian Trail, this is downhill all the way. I think my car was parked up here around 2,000 feet. Time I got down here to the shelter, I was down around 1,300 feet. So of course on the way back it's a steady climb the whole way, but it's not real steep. It's fairly even. Okay, back up to here. So that's pretty much all I can say about this hike. I did it mostly out of curiosity. Years ago I had hiked here to see the Dick's Dome shelter, but then since I read that there was a new shelter here, I wanted to go see what it looked like. It's a real nice shelter. Is definitely way more space in there for overnighters to sleep than in the old Dick's Dome shelter, which is fairly small. These are the there's no street address for where I parked. These are the latitude and longitude for the parking area on Freezland Rd where I parked my car. And that's the hike for today.